What's going on? It's Chris and Emily from LifterLMS, and you know what day it is? It's Feature Friday, now on Tuesday. Today we're going to get into a really cool security feature of LifterLMS. This is new in LifterLMS 9.0, which is WordPress Media Library file protection based on enrollment in a course or membership. So what does that mean? There has been a security and intellectual property protection gap in the WordPress media library for a long time, where media files like images, PDFs, audios, self-hosted video, PowerPoint presentations, anything you put in the WordPress media library actually has a public-facing URL. So if somebody knows how to find that URL, they can share it, and that media or that file is not protected. So in LifterLMS 9.0, as part of our most advanced LMS security feature set available in the industry, we solve the WordPress media library file protection problem so that you can protect your media files based on enrollment to lock down your intellectual property. Emily's going to take us on a visual tour of what we're talking about, and we're excited to share this most secure media file protection feature of LifterLMS. Over to you, Emily.
Thank you, Chris. So pulling up my screen here, if you want to learn more about how this feature works on a technical level, how protected media files work is our documentation. But there's two ways to protect your media files. You'll find that if we visit our media library and we select one of our media files to edit, we will have a new option available all the way at the bottom, LifterLMS Media Protection. So what this media protection feature does, like Chris said, is it'll make it so the file serves, I believe, as a 403 error. And that means that if someone looks at the file URL directly, they will say, hey, you have to have access to the course to view this file. They won't be able to do so. You can select either a course or a membership on your website. So if this file were to be protected with the Academy membership, you would have to have access to the Academy membership to load this material. And right now it works on a one-to-one basis. So it's not like this file I'm looking at now could be protected by one course and a second course. It would have to be one course or one membership per media file right now. And so the interesting thing about how this could work is you could have a course and also a membership that adds some additional media files to that course. So maybe you have simple image descriptions within a course, and in order to access those bonus images, you have to have the bonus membership. So there's some creative ways to use this, but the core of the feature intention is for media piracy and media protection. So we recommend that make sure all your files, including PDFs, audio, video, images, anything you put in the media library and embed in your course that is supposed to be only visible to members of that course. It's private. You have to have course access to view the files, the PDF downloads, or whatever it might be. Make sure that those file protections are turned on. While you're building your course and you're in the experience of building, you can also protect your files there as well. We give you access to the same settings from within every single lesson. So let me edit my What is LifterLMS lesson. Let's imagine I have an image block, and I'm using images as examples. But again, you can do PDFs, videos, audio, anything that you could put inside of your media bin. So let's say this image is what we're working with. Just like how you saw I was in the media bin turning on the settings, you also have access right here with this lock icon to the same settings that I was looking at before. So when we have a media file protected by, let's say, a membership, save the change, give it a second to save, and then we check the security for this it file. We'll see that it is currently protected by the Academy membership. WordPress admins can view any files on a page, regardless of their protection. So when you're looking at it as a WordPress admin, remember that. And then also, If we look as a incognito user, I'll show you what you'll see. So I'm going to make this a free lesson. What is LifterLMS? It's a free lesson. So let's imagine that instead of an image, I had a PDF, for example, and that was embedded right here. Or maybe this is a graph that's really important to our course. Since it's a free lesson, I can share my URL publicly, but because I have my media protection turned on, we're not going to see this image here. So let me stop my screen share, and I'll pull up an incognito window so I can view as a student. Let's go share, screen, window, incognito. Here we go. And then paste my free lesson URL. So because I have my image protected, we're not seeing the preview for that image. And so that's really cool. So if you had certain charts, certain diagrams, certain testimonials, or some file that you wanted to have course only, but you wanted to include free lessons, or wanted to have maybe a higher tier membership that includes more files, like if you have an advanced download PDF, like all of your lessons. We've seen that. So there's the educational plus the homework. This is a great example where you could sell the homework membership, or you could just buy the videos themselves in the course. Multiple ways to think about this feature, but what do you think, Chris?
That's awesome. And there's a couple more. Before the curveball, if you could show the automatic image protection in the quiz builder. So when you're building a quiz with LifterLMS, you know, there's options to do things like put an image in the description of the quiz or an image choice quiz question type. Those images are protected automatically when you create the quiz.
Yeah, so with our course builder, when we're working on a quiz, create a new quiz, if you were to add a multiple choice question, for example, and within your description, you were to add media, that will also be protected automatically, just by nature of being within a quiz. Quizzes are only for students out of the box, so that is not going to give you options to protect it or not. It's just going to protect it. And especially with your picture choice question types as well, we have the option to add an image right in from our media library, and images that we add here will automatically be under the protections of that, the feature, so that we're not giving our quiz answers away on Google as well.
That's awesome. And I also just want to add, you can use this image protection outside of courses as well. So you may have something like a resource library on a page that isn't really protected, even though you could protect it with a LifterLMS membership or whatever. But anywhere on your website, not just in courses, you can protect images if you don't want them publicly available at all. I'm thinking about like an internal training site for a company or something like that. You can really go hardcore on your image protection. Now, I do have a fun curveball for you, Emily. Let's show people how somebody with a little more maybe technical skills can find the source code of images on your site and try to find the URL and steal them, and show how LifterLMS blocks the ability, even if you can find the image URL, if the image or PDF or PowerPoint or whatever it is, audio file is protected, just show it. Let's just show how people do, quote, steal images or get access to them, and then reshare those links, and how LifterLMS stops that.
Yeah, so if I share my incognito window again, right here. So I'm as a logged out user or someone who's supposed to not have access to the image. Sometimes I'll get a little preview here, but it won't show me the image itself. It'll just say that the image is there. You can also use Google Chrome extensions to steal images, but regardless of how you're trying to steal the image, when it comes to content protection, what we're looking for is the URL to the media file. And so if I copy the URL to the media file of the lady with the clipboard, maybe I found it with an image stealer, Maybe I found it with just inspecting the code. But regardless, when you try to look at that media file, it'll say file not found. So that's one way that no matter how you're going to go about trying to steal the image with any technology, it just returns a 403 error. So you're not going to get it. It just blocks you at the level of trying to access the resource, not at the level of loading the resource on the page. So no matter how you try to steal it, you'll get blocked at the last wall. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the great demo, Emily. And I'm really excited about this feature. People have often reached out to LifterLMS really wanting to protect their intellectual property. And there is a gap in WordPress as a base platform simply because it was designed primarily for blogging and public information that it isn't really of great concern to most WordPress website users to protect their media. They want their media easily found. But in this case, when you have an online course or a membership site or a company training portal, you do really want to protect your files, and LifterLMS makes that possible. So upgrade your version of LifterLMS to the latest version. That's it for this Feature Friday. Smash the like button, tell your friends, drop a comment down below, let us know what video you'd like for us to make for you next, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.